All right, that was a little break. Let's continue. Everyone, this is Periwinkle, my sister, Tinkerbell announced proudly. Rosita gave Perry a flower. It's called Periwinkle, she said. Thank you, Perry exclaimed. I'll keep it forever. Perry held up the flower and covered it with frost. The other gasped as the flowers glistened in the sunlight. It's beautiful, they cried. Perry was continuing her tour when Ting suddenly noticed that her sister's wings had started to wilt. The snowmaker was running out of ice and there wasn't enough snow to keep Perry cold. Ting took Periwinkle back to the border, and at that moment, Lord Mylori appeared. Lift your wings, he told Perry. Let the cold surround them. Luckily, Perry's wings were soon healed. Then Queen Clarion, the queen of Pixie Hollow, arrived. She looked at the girls sadly. This is why we do not cross the border. Lord Mylori told Tinkerbell and Periwinkle, I am sorry. You two may never see each other again. Sadly, the girls went their separate ways. Lord Mylori and his owl pushed the snowmaker into the stream as they flew off. But instead of falling over the waterfall, the snowmaker got caught on a ledge. There it remained, making a snowstorm out of the ice chunks that plowed into it. Lord Mylori carried on, unaware of what had happened. Later that day, Queen Clarion tried to help Tinkerbell to understand why the rule about not crossing the border was so important. She told the story of two fairies who fell in love. One was from the warm seasons and one was from the winter woods. One of the fairies crossed the border and broke a wing, an injury for which there was no cure. Just as the queen finished her sad tale, Tink noticed that it was snowing. Queen Clarion was concerned. It was very dangerous for snow to fall in the warm part of Pixie Hollow. Queen Clarion, Tink, and some of the other fairies arrived at the stream to find Clank and Bobble trying to free the snowmaker, which was making a small blizzard. Everyone rushed to help. They finally freed it, but it was still snowing. It's too late, Queen Clarion said quietly. The seasons have been thrown out of balance. If the pixie dust tree froze, there would be no more pixie dust. As the warm fairies urgently prepared for the freeze, Tink noticed that the flower that Periwinkle had covered in frost was still blooming. Tink flew straight to the winter woods, but her wings iced over and she fell. She showed the flower to the winter fairies. Your frost, it kept the flower alive, she said. Gliss explained that frost was like a little blanket. It tucked warm air inside, keeping out the cold. We could frost the pixie dust tree before the freeze hits it, Perry suggested. Tink led the frost fairies to the pixie dust tree and they got straight to work. It looked as if the job would be too big for them to complete in time. But then Tink spotted Dewey, Lord Mylori, and the rest of the frost fairies flying towards them. They all worked quickly to cover the tree in frost. Tink was afraid that the help had come too late. The freeze had already swept across the warm seasons of Pixie Hollow and the pixie dust tree. The fairies huddled anxiously inside the pixie dust tree, waiting for the cold to pass. Gradually, sunlight began to stream through the frozen branches of the tree. Ever so slowly, the frost melted, and then the pixie dust began to flow again. The plan had worked. Tink was thrilled, but then she realized that she had broken a wing when she had flown back to the winter woods. It's getting warmer, Tink said bravely to Perry. You should get back to winter. As the sisters touched their wings together to say goodbye, there was an explosion of light. The magic between them healed Tink's broken wing. From that day on, warm fairies could cross over the border into the winter whenever they liked. A coating of frost kept their wings safe and warm. Now, Queen Clarion and Lord Mylori, the two fairies from the legend who had fallen in love, could be together again. Friendships between warm fairies and winter fairies bloomed just as beautifully as periwinkle's flower. The end. I hope you like this story. Wait till I come next with a new story. Till then, stay safe. See you. Bye bye.